Hello everyone. So today we will see some basic questions on recursion. First question will be to find the factorial of a number. So I've taken input from the user. Then I've made a function called fact. I'm passing the number of which I want to find the factorial. Then this is the base condition which I'm writing, um, which says that if the number is 0 or if the number is 1, it will return 1. Because factorial of 0 is also 1 and factorial of 1 is also 1. Okay, so if you want to find factorial of 4, um, it uh, it will stop when it will reach 1. Okay, when it will reach 1, it will return 1 to its previous function call. Okay, so um, how will it work is that if we want to find factorial of 4, it will see whether this base condition is satisfied. It is not satisfied because n is equal to 4. Now it will go here, n will be equal to 4, and it will now call factorial of 3. Okay, again it will go here. Again this will not be satisfied because n is not equal to 3. Again this it will stop here. It will stop 3 into factorial of 2. Okay, now factorial of 2 will be calculated. Factorial of 2 again will be paused and it will be 2 into factorial of 1. Now factorial of 1 will be called, and now this function if condition will be satisfied and 1 will be returned. So it will be returned to its previous function call, and its previous function call was 2 into factorial of 1, and now factorial of 1 we got as 1. Yeah, so now uh, when n is equal to 2, we got 2 into 1, that is equal to 1, and now we have to return this 1. We will 2 into 1 is 2. Now we need to return this 2 to its previous function call. This is return. We are returning to its previous function call. And what is previous function call? Previous function call is 3 into factorial of 2, and factorial of 2 we already calculated as 2. So now 3 into 2 will be 6. Now 6 will be returned to its previous function call, which was for n, which was for n is equal to 4. So 4 into factorial of 3. Factorial of 3 we got as 6. 6 into 4 is 24. Now 24 will be returned to its calling function. Calling function is main now. Okay, main has called over here. So this fact n will get replaced by 24, and 24 will be our output. Let's print it. Let's see the output. Okay, so factorial of 5 is 120. Factorial of 4 is 24. Okay, so you solved it. Now let's move on to our next question, that is to find power of a number. Okay, power of 2's. Okay, so this is the power which is given to us, 2 raised to n. So n is given to us and I'm passing this n. Power 2 is a function which I have made, and it is recursively calling itself. So if you think, what would be the base condition? The base condition would be when the power would be 0. When anything is raised to 0, the answer is 1. So that is what I've written here. This is the base condition. When n is equal to 0, I'll return 1. Okay. And if it is not equal to 0, what I'll do, if n is equal to 3. Okay. So what it says is, um, I will remove 2 separately and call for power of 2. Okay, n minus 2, 3 minus 1 is 2. I have removed 2 separately and called for um, power of 2. Power of 2 will again run, n is not equal to 2, so again it will recursively call. Now 2 into power of 1 it will call. 1 is also not the base condition over here. So now 1 into power of 0. Power of 0, n is equal to 0. We are satisfying the base condition. So now 1 will be returned to its previous function call. Its previous function call was for n is equal to 1. So 1 into 1, um, 1 into 1, 1 will be returned to 2. When n is equal to 2, it will be returned. Now this will be 1 and 2 we have. So 2 into 1 is 2. 2 will be returned to 3. Now, okay. So In this way this power function will work. So actually this is when n was equal to 1, 2 will be returned. Okay, so this will be 2. Now when n is equal to 2, 2 into 2 4. Now 4 will be returned. 4 will be returned to the function call where n was 3. Okay, so this would be 4, and 4 multiplied by 2 is 8. So 2 raised to 3 is 8, which would be printed and which would be returned to its main function, and here we are printing it. Okay, so now let's run it. 2 raised to 5 is 32. 2 raised to 6 is 64. Okay, so we are getting the answer. This is about recursive code to find power of 2's. Okay, now let's see how to print number from n to 1. Okay, a number, suppose 5 is given to us, we need to print out 5 4 3 2 1. Okay, using recursion. So what we can do, n number is given to us, I am calling this function. I need to call it until n is not equal to 0. When n is equal to 0, we need to simply return it. Okay, because we don't need to print 0. We just need to go from 5 to 1. Okay, when it is 1, uh, as we have to print from n to 1. Okay, so at first n is equal to 5 will be given, and we need to print 5. So first of all we will print it and then call its previous function. Okay, so we'll first print 5 and then call for n is equal to 4. When n is equal to 4 will be executed, it will check this, it is not equal to 4. Okay, so it will print 4 and it will call 3, then it will again go here, it will again print 3, call 2, it will print 2, call 1, print 1, call 0, 0 will get returned. When 0 will get returned, it will come here, this it will get returned. After this, nothing has to be executed, so this will also come out of the that function will also end. Okay, then again here we are making the function call. Okay, so whenever the function call, um whenever an answer is returned, or whenever this function is again executed, um, we have already executed this statement, so the next statement has to be executed, but there is no next statement over here. So this will simply, that particular um, function call will simply end, and it will be removed out of the recursive stack. Okay, and um, at the end we will get the answer. Okay, yeah, so now let's print it. Number from 5 to n to 1. Okay, so n is 7, 7 to 1 we have printed. Okay, this is about it. Now let's print number from 1 to n. Okay, so there is a slight change in this code from the previous code. um, Here as usual I'm taking a number n. Now I don't have to print n at the starting, I need to print n at the end, and I need to print 1 at the starting. Okay, so what could be our base condition? We have n, but we have to print 1 at the starting. So our base condition would be when n is equal to, 0, we need to return. Okay, we need to return because we don't have to print 0, and that's why we are not going ahead with it. Okay, when n is equal to 0 we need to simply return, but when n is equal to 1 or up to n, we need to do something. Initially we need to recursively call it. We need to recursively call until we reach n is equal to 0. Okay, when we reach n is equal to 0, it will simply return, it will return to its previous function call, which would be for n is equal to 1. Okay, now for n is equal to 1, this has executed completely. Okay, um, now this will execute where n is equal to 1, and then 1 will be printed on the screen. Now this function call for n is equal to 1 will get totally executed and will be removed out of the function call stack. Now n is equal to 2 will be there, which was paused over here, um, and this has already been executed, this line has already been executed. That's why um, the previous function got over and this function got um, resume. This particular function will get resume from here. Okay, so this has called the next function which is already over. So now it is the turn of this function. Now of this particular function, this line is already executed. So now whenever this function will be executed again, this line will be executed. Okay, so first one will be printed, then two will be printed, two will get removed out of the stack, then three will get printed, then four will get printed. This will be printed in the increasing order, because first of all we are going from n to 1 without printing anything, and once we reach 0 we are returning and printing. Okay, we are returning and printing. First we are printing and then returning. Now we are um, uh, returning and printing. Okay, so we are returning when n is equal to 0 and start printing when n is equal to 1. So we'll print from n is equal to 1 to n. Okay, so let's run the code. 8 1 2 3 4 up to 8 is printed. Let's give some space over here. Let's run it once again. 1 2 3 up to 7 we got. Okay, so today we solve 4 questions which was solved in a recursive manner. These were the very basic questions. So we will solve some advanced question in the coming days. I've already solved merge sort and quick sort in my previous videos, which was solved in the recursive manner. So you can have a you can see those videos. Okay, so that's it for today. Thanks for watching and bye bye.